I did want to ask you, you got this young lady's picture right behind you.
Yep.
You know, arguably one of the most talented, but also the most famous fighters, not just a female, but in general. What was it like actually? First of all, how did it come about, and what was it like working with her, with Ronda Rousey?
It was maybe 2013 or so, going back now. I was actually I was in Sydney, Australia. I was doing a seminar series down in Sydney. It was beautiful. I remember I wake up and there's a DM on my phone from Rhonda.
Wow.
And she had just made the transition over the UFC. She was the reigning Strike Force women's champion. Dana White said he would never have women fight in the UFC. And then this golden haired, golden girl from Southern California pops up on the scene, twisting girls up,
Yep.
breaking arms in a minute or less. And man, the world caught fire
Yep.
of who Ronda Rousey was. And then she called me and she said, "Hey, Dolce, listen, like, I'm having some trouble right now. I'm struggling with weight. I got this famous guy, this famous, this dude off camera we'll talk about. No ill will towards him, but he had her on an OMAD diet, one meal a day, the Uri Hofmenkler warrior diet. And it wasn't Uri who did it. It was a hybrid. It was kind of a spin-off. He's
Yeah.
got her on one meal a day, training 3 times a day. She's got bruised knuckles and holes in her hands that aren't healing for 6 weeks or more, and they're getting worse. Her hair's dry and brittle, dark bags under her eyes. She's dragging her ass out of bed every day, and she's got 6 weeks to fight Miesha Tate for the UFC world title. And she was a little lost, and she said, "I didn't know what to do." And Dana White said, "Call Dolce." Because I had earned that reputation in the industry for the 10 years prior. Dana had seen bam, 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 every time.
Yeah.
Our athlete, the worst of the worst, made weight on time every time, and then performed
Yep.
the way they needed to for 15 or 25 minutes, right? We didn't win them all, but we won most of them, I got to say, and we never underperformed. So bam, Ronda pulled me in to finish this off. I tripled her calories. I had her go from one meal a day to 6 times a day. Dramatically, she leaned out, felt great. And she actually, I'll never say anything an athlete hasn't publicly said.
Yeah.
Rhonda's spoken about this in her book. She's done interviews with Cosmo and whatnot. So I'm just kind of repeating what she had said. The hand healed up. The bags went away. Hair looked great. She had a glow about her. And she went out there. And Miesha's great. I'm a fan of Miesha. Ronda destroyed Miesha in a good, real fight. That was a scrap.
Yeah.
Ronda bulldozed her, got the finish win, and then moved on. And the rest is history. She became, I believe, the most dominant female
Yeah.
in MMA up until that point.